get your 2D sketches out of Fusion 360 so that you can send them to me over Sector. And I need these 2D sketches so that you can put all your parts together, send it to me, and then we'll be able to send it across to the laser cutter. So the first thing we need to do is obviously open up your USB file that you've been working on. And you might have a cap on here. That doesn't really matter. It's just going to add a couple of extra steps. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 2D drawing off this top piece here. So I'm going to turn off the blank USB drive. Make sure that you've got bodies and sketches open with these arrows. They will have turned black. I'm going to turn off the bottom and I'm going to turn off the mid, and I've got my top piece there. I'm going to go up to create a sketch, hover over the top bit there, and then I'm going to hit P on my keyboard for project geometry, click on the shape, click on OK. Now what that will have done is it's created this extra sketch down here called Sketch 3. And if I turn this top piece off here, you'll see that I've got a nice 2D drawing of that top piece. So I'm going to come back over to Sketches and Sketch 3. I'm going to click twice to rename it, and I'm going to call that one Top. Okay. So I'm now going to turn that sketch off, and I'm going to put my mid piece on. And I need to do the same again to my clear mid piece. So I'm going to hit Stop Sketch, so I'm not drawing on that old sketch. I'm going to turn top off. I'm going to go Create a Sketch. Hover over this shape here. P for Project. Click on the shape. Click OK. And now I've got Sketch 4 here, and that's going to be my mid piece. So I'm going to click there and click mid. And then I'm also going to do my bottom piece as well. Some of you will have different bottom pieces, some of you won't. So I'm going to turn that mid sketch off. I'm going to go Stop Sketch to get off the old sketch. Turn that middle sketch off. Click on Create a Sketch. Hover over again. P for Project. Click on the shape. Click OK. Click Stop Sketch. And now I'll have this Sketch 5, which you'll see is the bottom piece. So I'm going to call that one Bot. So now over in my sketches, I've actually got mid, top, and bot, and I can turn them all on and you can see them. So it's just a 2D cutout for the 3 layers for your actual USB. Now I need to export those out of Fusion. So we're going to do the top first. I'm going to click there, I'm going to right click on top, and I'm going to hit Save as DXF. And I'm just going to dump that on the desktop for now. And I'm going to go USB top. Mid piece, I'm going to do the same. Hover over, right click on mid, save as DXF. Try that again. Hover over mid, save as DXF. And I'm going to call that USB mid. Bottom piece, right click, save as DXF, USB bot. Okay, so the next stage is to jump back into Adobe Illustrator. So I'm going to click and open this one up. And in Adobe Illustrator, we're actually going to nest the files together so that I've got all your files so I can break them up. And what I need you to do in Adobe Illustrator as well is I need you to change the colors of the parts that you're putting into Adobe Illustrator so I know what color you actually want your bits to be, so I know how to nest them up and cut them out properly. So we're going to go File at the top here and New. And an A4 page, change our orientation to landscape there, or an A3, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to hit Create. This is eventually going to load up a nice blank page for us. Close down Cut Studio. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually place those files into here. So if I go File, Place, I'm going to bring those DXFs across. So if I go to the desktop here, I'm going to go USB Bot. I'll bring that one across first. Now, it's important that you've clicked this Options button in the bottom left-hand corner and you've clicked on show import options. That's going to make sure we get things the right size. So if I hit place now, I need to ensure that the artwork scale is the original size. I'm going to place that one there. Now, that was my bottom piece that I just placed in. That's going to be a red piece. I've decided, and I'll give you a color list up on the whiteboard. So if you select this guy, and then down on the left here, just like you did when you made the license plate, if you double click fill, and you change that to red, I know that that's going to be a red piece. Okay? So now I'm going to bring in a top piece. File, place, USB top, place, original size, okay. I'm going to bring that one up next to it. That's my bottom piece. I'm going to make that one blue. So I double click down the left here, my fill color, change that one to blue, okay. And then finally I'm going to go file, place, and I'm going to bring in the USB mid, place, original size, okay. And I'll know that that's the mid because it's going to have the USB cutout piece. But we're just going to fill that a very, very light blue. So I know it's the clear piece. Something like that. Okay. And now I'll have all three of your pieces. I know what color they're going to be, so you can then submit them through Sector. So if you now go File, Save As, Adobe Illustrator file, and I'm going to call that Holst USB, so we know that it's mine, and hit Save. You will now, version Illustrator CC is fine, okay. You will now be able to submit that file onto Sector in the assessment that I've created for you, and I'll be able to cut those out for the rest of the week. Thank you very much.